Hello everyone, my name is Lemon Mustard, or Lemon for short. Today I'm going to cover a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a little while now. This being the topic of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Warning, this will contain spoilers for the game. For those who don't know what Security Breach or FNaF itself is, let me give you a brief description. FNaF is a sit survive style horror game made by Scott Koth in 2014. The game has a player sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria as a security guard. Throughout the night, you will monitor the animatronics on your tablet and avoid their attacks with the doors on the side of you. At 6 a.m., you win the game. That should have given you a brief rundown of what FNaF is like. But from 2014 to present day, the franchise has come a long way. And this brings me right back to the topic of Security Breach. Personally, I love the game, the characters, the setting, and most of all, the plotline. But what is the plotline, you may ask? Well, to put it in shorter terms, we play as a young child named Greg. We are stuck in the Pizzaplex overnight, and the star of the show himself, Freddy Fazbear, is trying to help us escape. Throughout the night, we are being hunted by the Glamrock animatronics, the security guard Vanessa, and a weird woman in a bunny costume named Vanny. Is there any lore relating to the previous 7 games? Canonically, it's ambiguous. But personally, to me, yes, I do think that it does tie into the main 7 games. The FNaF lore as a whole is not the most organized and best storytelling line put in a game ever, but it's fun to piece together bits and pieces of the storyline, using only media we have available. Games, books, merch, etc. That's what makes the franchise so fresh and fun to come back to after so many years of playing it and theorizing about it. And everyone is entitled to their own interpretation of what exactly happened to the FNaF timeline, bringing me right back to Security Breach once again. It's a bugged out, unpolished, unfinished, and rushed masterpiece, and allow me to explain why. The game itself was rightfully criticized upon initial release due to basically being impossible to play on launch because of the massive amount of bugs present within the game. But besides all the glitches and bugs, it is mainly a walking simulator, which in theory, yes, sounds very terrible and boring, but can truly make an amazing game, an example is Stanley Parable. Security Breach, however, does not do a very good job at being a good walking simulator game. Due to how massive and open world the map is, it's basically impossible to get to one part of the map to the other in a good amount of time. And within this time, literally nothing fucking happens. Because of all this downtime in the game, it's honestly impossible to have good horror elements that don't have to rely on jump scares or spontaneous chasing scenes. So this is where writing your own narrative comes into play. Us players can use our own knowledge of the FNaF lore and make up for what Security Breach couldn't. Which, if you couldn't tell already, that is to add a cohesive storyline. I have truly seen some amazing works of art within the FNaF community. Fun Times at Homer's, Five Nights at Candy's, Animator's Hell, Junior's, Five Nights at the Chum Bucket, and even reimaginings of Security Breach all together. I personally believe that we are selling the new FNaF installment short. It's not just some quick cash grab horror game for kids people think it is. Security Breach is still the Five Nights at Freddy's we all knew and loved growing up, but it's just in a new format. Sure, it's not FNaF 3 or 4 good, but it's good enough to work and stand alone. As so does a new beginning for FNaF entirely. Let's pretend that Afton is gone, dead, forever. He died in FNaF 6. That's the end of him. Our new antagonist, Fanny, is inspired by Afton's crimes and want to keep the curse of Freddy in effect, to pick up where Afton left off. And see, just from that short reiteration, you have a bit of a cohesive plotline to the game now. And now Vanny finally has a proper motive of finding Gregory to kill him, or whatever she's doing other than Afton told me to. We as the FNaF community can give Security Breach the proper potential we saw in it when we saw the trailers. With that being said, we still have the Ruin DLC to look forward to. Let's hope Steel Wool can learn from their mistakes and do something bigger with this new FNaF storyline. I'm honestly excited for the Ruin DLC. It can bring the horror back into Security Breach and even ring in a new era for FNaF altogether. Or maybe Steel Wool will just fuck up again and will disappoint us. But just because Security Breach was failed by its developers doesn't mean we should just hate the game altogether. We should all try to find the inner beauty within the game and be able to forgive it. We can all be able to come up with our own narrative of what's going on in the Pizzaplex and why there's so many children going missing once again. Could Fazbear Entertainment themselves be responsible for the missing children? Could Vanny be responsible for the missing children? Who the hell knows? And this is what I mean when I say Security Breach is a secret masterpiece that we all refuse to look into deeper. Security Breach can truly be something great if we only allow it to be. We can't allow shitty developing and shitty story writing to be able to ruin the game just like clockwork. Maybe one day Scott can come out of retirement and fix up what Steel Wool ruined. But until that day, it's up to us as the community to come together and fix up Security Breach. Well, that's all I had to say about Security Breach. This has been Lemon Custard. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.